Okay, so I am sitting here about to start sketching for. I'm going to start with the little patch idea I have just to kind of get warmed up. So I want to do a turtle. So first, I'm just going to sketch out what I want the turtle to look like, and these are going to be small, like 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches, little carvings. Let me just sketch out what I'm thinking for a turtle first. I like to sketch things out before looking for pictures, so I'm not sitting there trying to, copy a picture, and it looks more like a picture I found on the internet rather than just an idea I had. Since it's going to be small, I don't want it to be super complex. Something like that. Something real simple. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to knock it back a little bit. And then I'm just going to look up a easy reference photo of a turtle. I'll throw it up on the screen once I find it. I actually draw tortoises more than turtles. I always realize that as soon as I start Google searching, because tortoises live on land. Looking for a picture that will work for what I'm doing. Alright, so I found a picture. And now I can... what I'm sketching is not going to look anything like the picture I'm about to show you. I'm putting it up on the screen so you can see it, but it's, it looks nothing. What I'm going to do is going to look nothing like that. I'm just using it as a reference for what a turtle looks like. I want to make his nose a little downturny so he kind of looks a little doopy. And I want both of his eyes on the front of his face, because that's just different than any turtle I've drawn before, I think. I think most of my turtles are looking forward. We'll see what he looks like with a pointy nose. I may round that nose off. And then its neck basically goes to nothing as it goes inside. The turtle that I have has got scales on this little, the edge of his top shell, I guess is what I'm going to call it. But I generally, when I'm working simple, I kind of use the Mario turtle shell look, where it's just kind of a rounded edge piece. Make his shell work. I want to flip this up a little bit more so it looks like he's coming out of it more. Make those lines a little bit more fluid. And give him more of a bottom shell. This turtle's got some pretty gnarly claws, but I'm not going to do that. There's kind of a way that a Noosh turtle looks, and I'm just going to give him like the rounded toes. And same for the front. Do one more little shell portion. And let's make this one come up more. Erase all of these inside lines. Wonder if... I'm just going to grab this whole section. I'm just going to tilt it back a little bit. Wonder if I make it look like he's facing forward a little bit more. So I'm going to put his tail behind him. I have this thought of making it like a puppy dog tail. Make it kind of wagging. I won't be able to do that in the print, really. I guess I could. Yeah, let's make it wag. Never given a turtle a pointed tail. I kind of like it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep its pointed little nose and its pointed tail. And then the shell is going to have some spirals in it. So it's going to look something like that. I actually quite like him. So now I'm just gonna delete the first. Oh, I won't delete it, so I can kind of show the progress later. But I am gonna knock down this front sketch again, and then this is going to be the real like finishing sketch. And I want to keep like the feeling of this turtle, like the energy of this first sketch. I don't want to lose that energy too much. But I do want to clean it up a lot, because right now it is really, really rough. I don't know how long I've been drawing so far, but it's I want to really clean this up. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, clean up the lines, and get it ready to go. So I do want him to still have this derpy feel. Do I make his mouth open? Or his mouth closed? Alright, let's not quite liking the eyes. Let me look a little bit more at my photo reference for the eyes. A little too simple. And get it a little bit closer to the photo reference. Let's round that off a little bit more. So the problem is this, the photo reference doesn't have the left side eye. I'll start with the right side eye then. So turtles generally have an eye on this kind of angle. So how do I make that work? Something like that. This eye's too close over. And so that means that the middle line is kind of like that. So this little pointed piece. I'm trying to make these sides of the face look symmetrical. That's better. This one kind of, it bumped out a little too much. I don't know if his mouth is going to be open. I'm going to close his mouth. That's how I had it in the original sketch. So this is my middle line. This eyeball is a little too far away from it. So I'm just going to scooch it over. And it's actually going to help with his derpy crossed look. Maybe like there. Now, do I want to give him the wrinkly neck? You know what, too? I like the pointed nose. I told you I'm not... I like it, and then I don't at the same time. So let me see if I can... Maybe it doesn't need to be that pointy. Maybe we come to a point, but it's like... I like it too, because turtles kind of like have a beak kind of thing. Alright, I'm just going to delete this. I'm not liking the direction it's going in. So I'm going to delete that and start anew. Alright, maybe, because he's got... I think maybe if I give him a real boxy head. Real boxy. delete that. I went and got I got this sticker. Just went and grabbed it real quick. It's one of my past works, the Atlanta turtle. And I'm just going to reference that a little bit. Put that up on my computer. So I can kind of see what was successful in the past. Now he has closed eyes. I'm going to still try to give this guy open eyes. I'm basically just trying to do this turtle while looking forward. Drawing the faces is sometimes the hardest thing because I want to get so much personality into them. It becomes like an exercise in character design almost. Because I don't want to just start drawing the same animal over and over and over and over again. It gets boring. So every piece that I do is almost a completely new character. Maybe instead of using the side of the nose to define the eyes, the bottom of the eyes, I'll do something else. You know what it might be? It might be the length of the nose. So what if I just brought that up like that? You know where it's the looking forward. I'm still gonna do it, but let me box this off. And let me put his eye a little bit further this way. I'm still gonna do this. But I think it needs to be more wide set eyes. Here, I think we're getting closer. Quite there. I'm gonna just knock that back and pull up a new one. All right, so. There we go. I think we got a cute looking little guy now. Still mouth closed. I'm gonna have him puff his little chest out. We're gonna add some little spots. And remember, this guy's gonna be tiny, so. Do I want to do those? Or do I want to do something like this? You know what I'm going to do? So the eyes are okay, but I'm going to just white them out and see if putting a different, like not complete blackout eye in there works better. Nice. And then nostril. So what we have is that. All right. Some of these lines may end up being pretty small when I carve them, but I don't like to limit what I think I can do in a carving. I like to draw what I think I will need, and then in the carving I may make different decisions, because then I'm working at the scale that this is going to be. Since this is going to be pretty small, it's kind of easy to get into the minutia of every little detail. But the carving will really come together if I have a good plan at this stage. Just your basic turtle feet. So one thing I'm noticing here is that I had that line, this line right here, I had it doing that when this one is doing that, kind of bowed inward. It's likely that this last one won't even show up, just because of some shadows. So I'm going to draw it like that. And the undershell, the back legs, this is all going to be in shadow back here. Little extra undershell right there, and then the. So I'm wondering if I could add something to his shell to take him from being just a turtle to something a little bit more interesting. I've put landscapes and cities and stuff on turtles before. So I'm wondering if something like that could be fun to do. So let's see, what's something small that I could add to that to make it interesting? Just to add a layer of storytelling. I'm just kind of cleaning up the sketches, I think. I mean, easy as a tree or a flower. Yeah, what does he look like with the flower coming out of him? So, like, on my mailbox outside, I haven't done yard work and since like Christmas, because it's been winter and you don't need to do it. But since the weather's been kind of weird, we kind of have like trees. We have like little plants and clovers growing out of the side of our mailbox. Spring's trying to come up through it. So I wonder if like just putting like a little clover growing out like in some foliage growing out, if that makes it fun. Something like that. Or clover's nice, but what is it really? I'm just going to do a flower. Just erase this. Excuse me. So I'm just going to do a flower. First, I'm gonna do it in the sketch layer first. I'm still gonna do it coming out of like the crack of the shell. Not that one. If I do it coming out of this one. And then maybe a piece of grass or two coming out of that one. This bottom needs to be bigger, and this one needs to be smaller. All right, let's just draw it in the pull new layer. Sometimes drawing simple is actually really difficult to do because your lines have to be perfectly planned. And you have to really fight your want and desire to make things complicated and bigger. See, that leaf is too, or this petal is too big, so I'm just going to bring it in. I actually think that this is too round, so I'm just going to bring that down. This petal's not big enough. I'll widen it, because it's the closest one, so it's kind of got like a forced perspective thing going on it, where it needs to be coming at you. That's pretty good. And then little leaves right there. This is all going to feel differently when I carve it. I don't want the best plan possible right now. It's also going to feel a lot different when it's 2 inches big, which is like, I don't know, that size. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my main layer. It sounds like a dragon, my main layer. L-A-I-R. And I'm just going to draw the shell pattern. Go back to the plant layer. I'm just going to put a blade of grass coming up here. Okay. I'm going to make one more layer. And I'm going to color in all the shell areas. This is something I like to do because it kind of stimulates carving for me. So I'm just going to color this all black. Alright, it's all colored black, and I'm just going to knock it back a little bit so I can see my edges. This is basically what my blocks look like when I carve them. And then I'm going to turn this one up slightly so I can see the spirals in the back there. And I'm going to draw the spirals in I'm going to use the white pen tool. I'm just going to draw these spirals in. Take it below that one. Turn that all the way back up. See what it looks like. And then don't forget about the little tail. So that's what I got for my little turtle guy. I think it looks pretty good. There should be little shadows here. Well, it's not as much as a shadow as a little hole for the legs to go into. Alright, I'm not going to overthink it. It's going to be a small carving. So this is where this one is at. And I like it. So thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed.